Hi everyone, and thanks for joining me. I have a super easy project for you today. You know I love quick and simple. This is an embroidery project. You can make this on your 4x4 single needle hoop or your multi-needle machine. I'm going to be using my Ricoma EM1010. But again, you can make this on either type of machine. These are super easy, and what a fun personalized gift. It's a little set of Monogram coasters. Now I do have a free file for you linked in the description below for just the blank coaster, and then you could put whatever you want. It doesn't have to be a monogram. It could be a snowflake. It could be Happy Halloween. It could be Merry Christmas, whatever you want. This is a very versatile, very basic design. Super easy in the hoop project. Great for all kinds of occasions and gift ideas. So let's get started. Go over what we need. I've hooped a piece of tearaway. You could also use cutaway if you want. I prefer to use tearaway. You're also going to need 2 pieces of 4" by 4" fabric that doesn't fray. I have an assortment here of cork, faux leather, felt, vinyl. Any of these materials would be perfectly fine for a coaster. You're also going to need a rotary cutter or a pair of scissors. You don't have to have a rotary cutter. I just find that easiest. And a ruler or a straight edge of some sort. And then you're going to need the pattern that I have provided in the description below the video. It's free. You can grab it. If you go to my website, just be sure you don't click on the PayPal button. Just click on the download now. You're going to need at least 1 color of thread. You can change it out if you want to mix it up, but I'm just going to use the same color of thread for the entire project. Once you've gathered all your supplies, head over to your embroidery machine and we'll get started. First thing you're going to do is unlock the machine, and then you're going to click File. You're going to navigate to your file. It's this one right here. We're going to send it to the machine. We're going to go to the machine right there, and we'll click OK. We're going to go to Design Set and tell it which hoop we're using. I'm using a 5x5 hoop, and I am just going to click Other and click OK. We're going to click Escape. We need to choose our color. I'm going to be using color number 10 for every step. I'm also going to make sure that this button is on automatic manual. That will make it stop after every single step. That's what I want. If yours is not, you just keep clicking it until you see AM. Click OK. Now we're going to center up our design. I'm going to click on the needles and go to needle number 1. Okay, and right now I want to make sure that needle number 1 is right in the center of my hoop, and it actually looks pretty good. I think I'm going to hit Escape, and I'm just going to move the hoop just a little bit, and then we're going to lock the machine. Click OK, and I'm going to trace. And I just want to make sure that's not going to hit the edge of the hoop. It looks good. Perfect. So we're ready to hit start for step number 1. Step number 1 is our placement stitch. We're just going to lay our piece of cork on here. If you want to use the spray adhesive, you can. I don't find that it's necessary. And I'm just going to hit start again with the step number 2. And now if you added a decorative stitch, this is the time to add it. So I'm going to go ahead and add my initial. Before we go on to the final step, we're going to remove it from the hoop. We're going to turn it over, and we're going to place our other piece of fabric on the outside of the coaster. I'm using the cork again. Just going to make sure that that's covering on all sides. Use some Scotch tape, and I'm just going to tape that down. Return it to the machine. Be careful that you don't disturb that fabric that you just taped down to the back. check underneath, make sure that it's nice and flat, and sew the final stitch. So now all we have to do is remove it from the hoop. Be very careful with these magnetic hoops if that's what you're using. Those fingers can get snapped in there really easily. And then just go ahead and remove your tearaway. If you use cutaway, you can just leave it in there and just cut around it. No big deal. You can use either one. I prefer to use the tearaway. And then if you have any tape, make sure you remove that. Once you've got all of that removed, I'm just going to use a ruler, and I am making mine. I'm using the actual 1/4 inch marks on the ruler as my guide for how long to make these. So it's not quite 1/4 inch, but it's the little markings that are on the edge of the ruler. But you can do 1/4 inch, 1/8 inch, whatever you like. It's your coaster. You can do it any way you want. And I find it easiest to use a rotary cutter and a quilting ruler, but you could absolutely just cut this with scissors. Super easy, straight lines. It's kind of why I preferred this over a circle coaster. But you can see, just really, really easy. If you're cutting with scissors, I recommend overcutting, and then you can go back and trim it down. You can see I've got a little bit of a cleanup here. But you can use that outline of the stitch to make sure that your ruler is straight. That looks pretty good. So as you can see, these are super basic, very simple, and you don't have to do a monogram. You could do whatever you want in the middle. You could do a snowman, a snowflake, you could do a rainbow, any kind of design will fit in the center. And that's it. That's all there is to it. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please like, subscribe, and share. Don't forget to click that bell so that you're notified every time there is a new video. Don't forget to pick up your embroidery file in the description below the video. Thanks so much for watching. Never stop making. Bye-bye.